I want to tell you a story about missed opportunities, because sometimes the greatest ministry moments don't announce themselves, they whisper. Several years ago, I was asked to speak at a 2-day men's retreat in upstate New York. The church was from Queens, New York. It was a predominantly African-American church, and I knew them well, and they knew me. We had a great relationship. They asked me to speak on the 7 pillars of a legacy-minded man, which came from my book, Transformed. So I asked the pastor, is there any particular area you want me to focus on? And he said, yes, pillar number 6, perseverance. I said, okay, why perseverance? And he said something that I've never forgotten. He said, Joe, I've noticed that my men quit too easily. A bunch of them just quit so quickly. I want you to really drive that home. So I had my marching orders, perseverance, don't quit, keep going, stay in the fight. We got up there and we spent 2 great days together. The fellowship was awesome. The worship was great. The teaching, well, I did the best I could. But one of the things that stood out to me was they invited a group of men from a local halfway house. These were men struggling with drug and alcohol addiction, and these men were white. So here we were, men from different backgrounds, different stories, different struggles, different colors, but all together in one room, learning, growing, worshiping, and being reminded that at the foot of the cross, the ground is level. It was a beautiful thing. When the retreat ended, I started packing up my materials. Then I looked at the clock and realized it was about 1 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. Church was at 5 o'clock, and it was about a 3.5-hour drive. So I'm doing the math in my head, and I can make this, I say. I just need to get moving. So I called my wife and told her I was packing everything up and heading out. And when one of the men from the halfway house walked up to me, he said, excuse me, can I help you pack up? And I said, no, I got it. Thanks very much, but I got it. A few minutes later, as I was finishing up, he came back again and he said, are you sure I can't help you? And I said, no, actually, I gotta get out the door because I need to be somewhere by 5 o'clock. He nodded, and then he just walked away. I jumped in the car, called my wife and said, I'm on my way, I'll see you in a few hours. And I didn't get 2 miles down the road before it hit me like a ton of bricks. That young man was not asking, can I help you? He was really asking, can you help me? Man, that messed me up. And to this day, it still does. I missed it. I missed the opportunity. I missed what he was really saying. Not the words coming out of his mouth, but what was his spirit trying to say. He didn't need to carry my bags. He needed someone to slow down long enough to notice him. And I was too busy getting to the next thing. Now, I've messed up plenty of times in my life. I could fill a library with those stories, and nobody wants to read that many volumes, but missed opportunities, they bother me deeply. Because sometimes we don't miss them because we don't care. We miss them because we are moving too fast. We are rushing to the next appointment, the next responsibility, the next meeting, the next church service. And sometimes we can be so busy doing ministry that we miss the person God put right in front of us. That man's face has faded from my memory, but his words have not. Are you sure I can't help you? I still hear that. And now, when someone approaches me and I feel myself rushing, I think about that man. I wonder, what am I not hearing? I wonder, what am I missing? I wonder if the words being spoken are not really the message being sent. Because sometimes our children say one thing, but their heart is saying another. Sometimes our wives ask a simple question, but underneath that question is a deeper need. Sometimes a friend says, I'm fine. But everything in his eyes says, he's not fine at all. And if we are not careful, we will hear the words, but miss the heart. James 1:19 says, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Quick to hear, not quick to answer, not quick to move on, not quick to fix, not quick to assume, quick to hear. That means listening is not passive, listening is active. It means I slow myself down. I look a person in the eye, I ask one more question, I pay attention to what is being said, and I pay attention to what is not being said. Because men, let me tell you something. Some of the people around you are asking for help without ever using the word help. Your son may be asking for it through his attitude. Your daughter may be asking it through her silence. Your wife may be asking for help through her frustration. Your friend may be asking for help through a joke that is really not a joke. And the question is, are we listening? Or are we just waiting for them to finish talking so we can get back to what we were doing? I don't say that to beat you up. I say it because I have lived it. I missed that man, and I don't want to keep missing people God puts in front of me. So let me ask you, what opportunities are you missing? What words are you hearing but not really understanding? Who around you is saying, "Can I help you?" when they are really saying, "Can you help me?" Slow down. Listen deeper. Pay attention. Because sometimes the assignment God has for you is not the next big event. Sometimes it is the person standing right in front of you. And if you move too fast, you just might miss them.